KK Supermart operates over 300 stores, the most of which are in Klang Valley, Putrajaya, Melaka and Seremban. Datuk Seri Dr. KK Chai founded the first KK Supermart back in 2001 on the lower level of a commercial lot at Kuchai Entrepreneurs Park, Kuala Lumpur. With only 60,000 ringgit in initial cash, the 24 hours conventional store business is rapidly expanding. KK Group has said that it would have over 1,000 outlets by the end of 2023. KK Supermart's over 9,000 different essential products, including its own KK brand, at reasonable cost. It also provides free bill paying and touch-and-go reloading. Datuk Seri KK Chai established a new KK Supermart concept shop on Jalan Bukit Bintang in Kuala Lumpur back in 2019. Customers may enjoy a one-of-a-kind retail experience with ready-to-eat and fresh food store featuring over 100 Malaysian cuisine alternatives. KK Supermart is the KK Group flagship business with KK Home Deco, KK Hotel, Hornets Marketing and many others. KK Supermart has since grown across India and Nepal. The convenience store firm is developing an e-commercial platform to meet the needs of a new generation of customers. KK Supermart have a really unique SWOT analysis as for their strength. Firstly, it operates for 24 hours, make it available for customer to come. Secondly, KK Supermart is the Malaysia first convenience store that has implemented AI-based facial recognition technology to recognize faces captured by CCTV. Third, they have a brand that has a recognizable neighborhood brand name, especially in convenience location for easy access. For the company weaknesses, the product quality is generally lower than competitors. Secondly, the store drawback is that it provides inferior service like e-billing and refill service, which rivals like 7-Eleven. Third, the store still didn't have any strong recognizable brand name like other competitors, as the store need to open in strong and well-known area. Other than that, for opportunities, customers are involved in buying essential product, and this way can improve the relationship between retailers and customer. Secondly, as the gadget costs fall, the store cliently expand. The company online shopping platform provides enormous expense potentially and a competitive advantage. And lastly, due to COVID-19, the business has the opportunity to develop an e-commerce platform allowing customers to purchase needed item online. Lastly, for threat, it has less number of stores compared to the competitors, making it hard to conquer the market. Second, stores frequently charge higher costs than competitors, make customers pick competitors. And lastly, one of the store main risks is restricted product distribution and unregulated output, particularly in storage. The introduction to the issue of KK Supermart, a prominent convenience store chain, recently encountered a significant controversy involving socks that feature the name of Allah. This issue has generated considerable concern and outrage within the Muslim community, as the use of such a scarred name on everyday items like socks is seen as highly disrespectful. The incident has underscored the importance of culture and religious sensitivity in business practice. In response, there have been urged calls for the company to rectify the situation and ensure such as oversight do not occur in the future. This situation serves as a reminder for business to diligently consider the culture and religious implication of their product.
Procurement error refers to any issues that occurs during the process of acquiring goods or services for a company. This can happen at various stages, from identifying what you need to receiving the final product. KK had made a procurement failure towards one of their product stocks which has the word Allah, and now the owner is being charged over the mistake. This situation indicates KK had a miscommunication or vendor selection error who were in charge of making the stock's product. Regarding this issue, KK can apply product policy. A product policy provides guidelines for selecting, acquiring, and managing products. It includes criteria for quality, safety, ethical sourcing, and cultural sensitivity.
An effective inventory control is critical for the small operation of a business. Particularly in retail where product variety and volume are high, KK situation highlights a very key issue that can arise from poor inventory management practice. Firstly, the oversight is not truly inspecting product can lead to significant cultural sensitivity issue, as seen with the sock incidents. This points to a need for a more rigorous quality control process that is sensitive to cultural nuances, which is especially important in diverse market. Furthermore, the disjointed communication between purchasing, sale, and warehouse department can worsen inventory issue.
Okay, now I will be talking about key issues for supplier management. Poor supplier management refers to a situation where a company fails to effectively oversee its relationships with vendors. This can lead to a variety of problems, including delays in productions, quality issues, increased costs, and disruptions. The KK-MART Allah Socks issue highlights the need for better supplier management. Even though they might have known the socks could cause offense, they still end up for sale. This suggests KK-MART needs to be stricter with their suppliers, ensuring reliability, good product quality, and respect for local laws and customs. This issue starts with communication breakdown. If the socks were specifically ordered with a design that included Allah, there was likely a communication breakdown between KK-MART and the supplier. KK-MART might not have clearly communicated their expectations regarding religious symbols, while the supplier might not have been aware of the potential offensiveness in the target market.
To improve product procurement errors for KK-MART and prevent issues like the Allah Socks incident, it is crucial to enhance selection oversight through a well-structured action plan. This can be achieved through A. Regular audits and assessments. Number 1. Periodic audits. Conduct regular audits and assessments of suppliers to ensure they follow KK-MART's standards for cultural sensitivity and product quality. Number 2. Review processes. Regularly review product designs, production processes, and marketing materials to quickly identify and address any potential cultural sensitivity issues. This helps prevent similar incidents in the future. B. Review and correct past procurement errors. Number 1. Analyze the SOX incidents. Conduct a thorough review of the procurement process that led to the Allah SOX issues. Identify the specific points in the process where the oversight occurred. Number 2. Develop corrective actions. Create a detailed action plan to address identified gaps from the SOX incidents. This may include implementing stricter review processes for new products or enhancing communication channels with suppliers regarding cultural sensitivity. C. Develop culturally relevant standards with suppliers. Number 1. Co-create standards and criteria. Work collaboratively with suppliers to develop culturally relevant standards and criteria. These standards should outline expectations for the use of religious symbols, language, and imagery in products. Number 2, guidelines on cultural sensitivity. Provide clear guidelines to suppliers on cultural sensitivity, ensuring they understand and integrate these principles into their product designs and marketing strategies.
Plan for poor inventory control. To address poor inventory control, a multi-factor action plan is essential. Firstly, reinforce this standardized method involve regular training and update for staff. Ensuring that inspection practice remain current and effective, it also include the adoption of the best practice and technologies that support inventory control, such as digital SOP checklist and inventory management software. Moreover, regular audit and the use of the key performance indicator or KPI can help monitor and improve inventory management process. Standardizing and reinforcing inspection method is a strategic approach to improving inventory control and achieving better outcome. This can lead to more effective inventory management, reducing instances of overstocking or stock shortage. Next, to enhance staff training. Especially for new employees, it's critical to focus on several key areas. Firstly, recognizing foreign character on label is essential. Understanding basic translation concept is also vital. Employees should be familiar with common translation techniques and tools that can aid in overcoming language barrier. Familiarity with common labeling standard is another important aspect. Lastly, identifying red flag during inspection is critical for quality control. A comprehensive training program that covers this area will not only improve efficiency but also ensure the staff is well prepared to handle the complexity of their role. Next, improving supplier quality is a multi-factor process that requires a strategic approach. Establishing a good supplier selection criteria is critical. It should encompass not only the supplier track record and certification, but also their ability to align with the company core value and long-term objective. Cross-functional teams can provide a comprehensive evaluations of potential supplier, considering aspects such as quality, reliability, and financial stability.
Okay, now I will be talking about proposed action plan. First is to take immediate steps. By taking immediate steps is to cease distribution. This means to stop further distribution or sale of the incorrect or sensitive products to prevent any additional issue or customer dissatisfaction. Next, we notify stakeholders. Inform relevant stakeholders such as management, operations, sales, and notify senior management like quality control and procurement about the situation. Furthermore, for investigation and root cause analysis is to conduct a thorough investigation, identify the root cause of the issue, determine whether it was due to supplier error, internal miscommunication, or other factors. Next is review supplier's contract. Assess contractual obligations and terms with the supplier regarding product quality, delivery, and liability. Next point is supplier management improvement. Firstly, review supplier performance. Evaluate the overall performance of the supplier, including past delivery records, quality control measures, and reliability. Next, implement quality control measures. Strengthen quality control processes to ensure that all products received from suppliers meet specified standards before distribution.
Next, propose control plan for procurement error at KK-MART. A. Develop a detailed product approval process. Number 1. Multi-stage review. Introduce a multi-stage review process for new products, including initial design checks, prototype reviews, and final approval. For example, after the Allah Socks incident, KK-MART started carefully reviewing new clothing designs. They checked them first for any offensive symbols, then had cultural experts make sure they respected cultural standards. Number 2, feedback integration. Ensure feedbacks from all stages is documented and integrated into the product design and approval process. B, establish a rapid response protocol. Number 1, incident reporting system. Create a system for employees and customers to report any cultural sensitivity issues with products quickly. Number 2, immediate action. Develop a protocol for immediate action, including removing the offending product from shelves, issuing public apologies, and conduct a thorough investigation. C. Monitor and audit supplier performance. Number 1. Regular audits. Conduct regular audits of suppliers to ensure ongoing compliance with cultural sensitivity standards. For example, to avoid problems like the Allah Socks incidents, KK-MART now checks clothing suppliers often. If a supplier doesn't follow the rules, KK-MART works with them to improve. After the incident, KK-MART closely checks suppliers' design to meet cultural expectations. Number 2, improvement plans. Work with underperforming suppliers to develop improvement plans or consider discontinuing partnerships with those who repeatedly fail to meet standards.
Control plan for poor inventory control. To enhance supply chain cooperation, it's critical to establish comprehensive control plan that address key areas such as inventory management, quality control, and data integration. Identify opportunity for collaboration. Within the KK Supermart existing supply chain network to find area where collaboration can be beneficial. These include working closely with vendor, supplier, customer, and transportation partner. Breaking down data silos is another critical step in enhancing supply chain collaborations. Ensuring seamless data flow across different parts of the supply chain enable better decision making and reduce the risk of error. Next, analyzing the current inventory involves a thorough examination of a physical attribute and ensuring compliance with purchase order and specifications. So, Inventory classification is a strategic approach to managing stock that categorize inventory based on various factors, including value, demand, and critical. Additionally, it aids in optimizing stock level, improving order and storage process, and enhancing overall supply chain efficiency. A strong inventory classification system like the ABC analysis, where R items are high value with low sale frequency, P items are moderate in value and sale frequency, and C items are low in value but high in sales frequency, help in prioritizing managing effort by focusing on high value items while still keeping track of moderate and low value items. Next, quality control checks are a critical component of the supply chain management. Inspecting incoming products for correctness involves a meticulous examination of physical attributes such as size, weight, and material quality, as well as verifying that the product match the purchase order and specifications. Barcode scanning and RFID technology have revolutionized this process by providing a quick and accurate means to verify product identity.
Next, I'll be talking about proposed control plan for poor supplier management is supplier evaluation and selection. Regular communication, we have to maintain open lines of communication with suppliers to discuss expectations, share feedback, and address any issues. Next is performance monitoring. Track supplier performance such as on-time delivery, quality ratings, and responsiveness to address potential issue proactively. Next point is risk management. For risk management is risk assessment. Conduct a regular risk assessment to identify potential vulnerabilities in the supply chain related to product quality and supplier reliability. Next is mitigation strategy. Develop a contingency plans and alternative sourcing strategies to mitigate risk performance. Next is training and awareness. For training and awareness is internal training. Train employees involved in procurement, supply chain management, and quality assurance on the importance of supply management and control measures. For awareness programs, it raises awareness among relevant staff about identifying incorrect or sensitive products and the procedures for handling such situations.
For the contingency plan for the procurement error, it should include immediate action steps, monitoring and reporting, and long-term corrective measures to restore trust and prevent further damage. A. Immediate action steps. Number 1. Immediate product withdrawal. Quickly remove the offending product from all stores and online platforms. Stop any further distribution of the product immediately. Number 2. Internal investigation. Launch an internal investigation to understand how the product bypassed the control measures. Identify the breakdown points in the control process and gather all the relevant information. For example, following the product withdrawal, KKMART initiates an internal inquiry to understand how the product passed approval without proper cultural sensitivity checks. They analyze what went wrong to prevent future occurrence. B. Monitoring and reporting. Number 1. Establish a monitoring system. Set up a robust monitoring system to track the effectiveness of the new control measures. Use the key performance indicators, KPIs, to measure improvements and identify any recurring issues. Number 2. Regular reporting. Provide regular reports to senior management and stakeholders on the progress of the corrective measures. Ensure transparency and accountability in the reporting process. For example, KKMART provides regular updates to senior management on corrective measures. This ensures transparency and accountability in addressing issues and rebuilding stakeholder trust. C. Long-term corrective measures. Number 1. Review and strengthen control plans. Conduct a thorough review of the existing control plans to identify weaknesses and areas for improvement. Strengthen the control measures based on the findings of the internal investigations. Number 2. Enhance supplier oversight. Increase the frequency and detail of supplier audits to ensure compliance with cultural sensitivity standards. Implement stricter penalties for suppliers who fail to follow the guidelines. For example, To prevent future incidents, KK-MART increases supplier audits and enforces stricter penalties for non-compliance with cultural sensitivity guidelines. For example, to prevent future incidents, KK-MART increases supplier audits and enforces stricter penalties for non-compliance with cultural sensitivity guidelines. This approach ensures suppliers understand and follow to KK-MART's standards.
Contingency plan for poor inventory control. First, assess. We need to evaluate the historical availability of raw material and consider alternative sources to mitigate the risk of shortage. Demand forecasting should be based on the combination of historical data, market trend, and predictive analytics. But always have a plan for sudden demand spike or drops. Trigger for activating contingency plan could include a supply failure to deliver on time, a sudden surge in demand, or natural disaster affecting production or logistics. Next, effective communication is critical in ensuring that every team member, including new employee, is on the same page regarding their roles and overall plan. It's important to establish a clear communication strategy that accompanies regular updates, feedback mechanism, and accessible channel for inquiries. This strategy should be introduced during the onboarding process of new employee to foster a culture of transparency and collaborations. Next, developing specific plan for inventory management involve a multi-factor approach. Firstly, assigning clear role and responsibility, ensure that each team member know their task and how they contribute to the overall inventory strategy. It's critical to communicate transparently with employees about how these changes will affect their daily work, providing training if necessary, outlining a detailed timeline for mitigating inventory issue, help in tracking progress, and ensure that everyone is aware of the deadlines. Lastly, specific technology solutions, such as inventory management software, can greatly assist in resolving or preventing inventory concern by providing real-time data, automating tasks, and offering predictive analytics.
Next, I will be talking about proposed contingency plan for post-supplier change management. Firstly is to have an emergency response protocol. Having an immediate response protocol by establishing a rapid response plan for recalling incorrect or sensitivities product from the market to minimize potential harm to customers and damages to the brand. Next point is communication strategy. Develop a communication by planning and outlining how to inform stakeholders, including customers, distributors, and regulatory authorities about the recall and steps being taken. Next point is regulatory compliance and reporting. Firstly, regulatory engagement is to maintain a compliance with regulatory requirements for product safety and quality assurance, including reporting incidents involving incorrect or sensitive products to relevant authorities. Secondly is documentation. Thorough documentation of all actions taken during the incident response process for regulatory and internal auditing process. Thirdly is alternative sourcing options. Secondary suppliers is identify and establish relationships with alternative suppliers capable of providing similar products on short notice. For backup inventory, it maintains a reserve inventory of critical products to buffer against disruption from unreliable suppliers.
The sales of Allah socks at KK Supermart in March 2024 has sparked outrage and debate. The finding of such object during the holy month of Ramadan inflamed tension in the Muslim community, triggering strong condemnation from netizens and high-ranking officials. The presence of Malaysia Yang di-Pertua Agong, who requested that officials investigate the situation, fueled the rage. Given the sensitivity of religious symbols, particularly during key religious observance, many Muslims found the selling of such product highly offensive and cruel. The episode sparked public indignation, highlighting concern about culture and religious sensitivity in economic practice. In response to public outrage and the Yang di-Pertua Agong request, authorities must undertake an extension inquiry into how such items were pushed, as well as make measures to address community concern. This might include recalling the goods, apologizing, and developing improved procedures to prevent similar accidents in the future. Furthermore, it emphasized the need of encouragement into faith, understanding, and religious tolerance in business and culture setting.